Mother's Day on Kababayan. Today we are honoring and hopefully learning from two moms, and I say they are successful because they've raised successful children. Tita Rocio Nuda, I consider her my second mom. I love her so much. Thank you so much for coming here on Kababayan today to share your story.
You're most welcome, Janelle.
Exceptional woman. She raised 5 children by herself. Single mom. She was widowed when your eldest was?
He was 19, I think, at the time.
And your youngest was?
And my youngest was, I think, 9 or 10.
Okay, now we're going to have some very exciting discussions today on the show. Angela is also a successful mom. She raised Mia MacLeod. And Mia, you see her quite regularly here on Kababayan today on our Real Estate Buzz segment here on the program. And she raised 2 daughters also on your own, right?
Yes.
How old were they when you became a single mom?
2 and 5.
2 and 5. Okay. Unang tanong, what is the most difficult thing about being a mom? Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm more fortunate than most because the first part of my motherhood was spent in the Philippines, where I had the luxury to stay home.
Okay.
You know, staying home and just focusing on raising the children. It was their formative years. So, you know, motherhood, I considered at that time, was more of a blessing and joyful as opposed to being difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you also had household help in the Philippines.
The lifestyle in the Philippines.
Right,
you had a driver driving you around, and the children were being driven.
So you were just focused on the kids.
On the kids.
What about you, Tita?
I wish I had
the same, right?
Yeah.
Did you raise them here in the States?
They were born and raised here.
Okay.
And I personally took care of them.
Okay.
And so I was hands-on with my children. And it was not easy. It was fun because I love kids. But it was never easy for me because I was alone doing all that, you know.
Plus working.
A mother and a father at the same time.
Yeah, plus working, plus providing for them.
Plus working, and plus I have to work hard because to provide what they need.
Right.
Yes.
Did you want to add something to that, Tita Rocio?
Yes, and I was going to say that the second part of my motherhood was the years after we immigrated to the United States. So the lifestyle was different. So it became more difficult because then the challenges of adjusting to a new lifestyle and culture. The children in particular had to adjust to a new educational rudiment, you know, new friends, and discovering a more liberal value system.
Yes.
So the challenges were there.
Yes, let's talk about you, Tita Angela, because you had 2 daughters. And when you talk about more liberal system, more parents worry about their daughters more than they worry about their sons.
That is very true because in my case, I tried very, very hard to make things normal as it is, you know, because we know it's already an abnormal situation, just being divorced.
It's not usual, yes.
It's not usual. And to be a mother and a father at the same time, it's really difficult. I always remember my little kids would write me notes and say, you're an amazing mom and you're also an amazing dad, right?
Oh, how
so
sweet.
they're, you know, that's what they always tell me. And if it's Mother's Day, they would greet me Happy Mother's Day. And if Father's Day come along, they will also greet me.
You get 2.
But I get 2, yeah.
Right.
Same
But
thing
what about, did
because
you feel...
I was actually, Janelle, I was single mom for a long time.
Yeah.
But I remarried. I'm happily married now.
But single mom for a long time. How do you feel, did you feel the need to overcompensate? And there's a danger in that because when you're overcompensating, you run the risk of spoiling the children.
No, in my case, I had to recalibrate my motherhood style because there were the typical adolescent challenges, you know, I know it all, you know, I'm a grown-up now mom, so therefore I had to adjust to that, and I had to tackle those challenges or those difficulties with a double vision, so to speak, in that, you know, I had to be a mother, nurturing and compassionate, while balancing that to being a father with being more firm and decisive.
Right.
But I had to constantly remind them, though, Janelle, of their roots, their Filipino heritage, to take the best of both worlds. Keep in mind, half of the time they were raised in the Philippines and they came to the United States. So I had to constantly remind them the Filipino and American, the molding of the values, without losing sight of their background, while at the same time appreciating the privileges of being in this country and becoming an American.
So talking to them a lot. But did you allow your kids to talk back? We're going to be talking about that when we return on the show. Don't go away.